Who is it?
Excuse me, missus, can you please help? There's been a terrible accident. My friend's in the middle of the road, bleeding to death. Can I please use your telephone for an ambulance?
I'm sorry, but we don't have a telephone. You'll have to go somewhere else.
But, Mrs.
Happy Polly Lodges. I had something of a pain in the Gulliver, so had to sleep.
Let's get out of here.
We've got this far, we must go on. Open the hatch.
Wait a minute. If we let it in, the ship could be infected. You know the quarantine procedure.
24 hours for decontamination.
It could die in 24 hours. Open the hatch.
Listen to me. If we break quarantine, we could all die.
Look, would you open the goddamn hatch? We have to get him inside.
The choice has been all yours.
You needn't take it any further, son.
Through streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels.
One thing I could never stand was to see a filthy, dirty old drunkie howling away at the filthy songs of his fathers.
All right, empty your pockets.
Are you able to see the white line painted on the floor directly behind you? 655-321?
Yes, sir.
Then your toes belong on the other side of it.
We couldn't fix it out here anyway. We got to reroute all these ducts and...
Can't see a goddamn thing.
Quit griping.
It's a matter of life and death.
Who is it, dear?
There's a young man here. He says there's been an accident. He wants to use the telephone.
Well, I suppose you better let him in.
Well, wait a minute, will you?
You've heard Beethoven before?
Yes!
So you're keen on music?
Yes!
Can't be helped. Here's the punishment element, perhaps. Governor ought to be pleased.
Yeah, right. I just forgot something, man. Before we dock, I think we ought to discuss the bonus situation.
Right.
Brett and I, we think we ought to...
I'll volunteer to be in the first group to go out.
Yeah, that figures. You too, Lambert.
Well.
Better break out the weapons.
Yes? Who is it?
Excuse me, missus, can you please help? There's been a terrible accident. My friend's in the middle of the road, bleeding to death. Can I please use your telephone for an ambulance?
3 to 4 cells are gone.
Is that it?
No, hold on. We can't fix it out here anyway, and we need to reroute a couple of these ducts.
Sergeant.
Sir.
Good evening, Mr. Del Toro.
Good evening, Inspector.
Would you like your tea now, sir? No, thank you, Sergeant. We'll have it later. May I have some paper towels, please?
Yes, sir.
We're interrogating the prisoner now.
I'm very sorry, but I never open the door to strangers after dark.
Very well, madam. I suppose you can't be blamed for being suspicious with so many scoundrels and rogues of the night about.
Kick on the floods. No, it's fine.
We can't go anywhere in this.
Howling away at the filthy songs of his fathers and going blurp blurp in between. as it might be a filthy old orchestra and his stinking rotten guts.
Who on earth could that be?
I hope to God it'll torture you to madness.
If you'd care to give him a bash in the chops, sir, don't mind us. We'll hold him down. He must be a great disappointment to you, sir.
I can take your mask off.
Don't say anything like that except, molecular acid.
You must be using it for blood. Feel like I've been in this place a month.
We should have landed in this place in the first place.
Shouldn't have landed on this damn ball, I know that.